Hello guys, thank you for stopping on my channel. My name is Elinge and I consider myself a working man with both working experience and life experience. Most of my work has ranged from public service to the healthcare sector. During my time having these jobs, I have acquired skills along the way where I think I can be able to, pass on this experience. So the purpose for this channel is to share this experience. Most of my work is being around, well, predominantly working with people. And in the course of moving from one job to another, I have noticed that people have somewhat been stuck to a particular job due to the fact that they are lacking confidence to remove themselves from where they're feeling uncomfortable and take themselves either to the next level or to where they are more valued. Provide that confidence to people. Sometimes it is difficult to be able to have that confidence to say, I'm going to take the next leap. And you know what? We spend much time at work. And so, why should work not be a place of comfort? And at the very first instant where you have identified that your work is literally a place of hell, you should be identifying this, either taking steps to stop this or moving on. And I think most of us, especially from African backgrounds or ethnic backgrounds, struggle to muster that courage and to move on to the next level. I say it's got to do predominantly with your self worth, how you feel in yourself, how you value yourself, um, confidence, believing that you can actually be a better fit in a different organization. And so these affects not just our personal life, but your family life and also how you interact with, your friends, your comrades. And I think people water down the effect of work on our lives. Like as I earlier mentioned, we spend more time at work than at home. So we need to be taking this into consideration and moving on. Some people think that, for example, you have a job as a say a police officer, or you work in the home office, or you're a prison officer, or you work in the British Army. These are really good jobs. But where you think this job is consequential upon your mental health, you need to start taking steps to remove yourself. As is often said, you live life once. Um, Once you're eroded from this world, that is it. What would you be remembered as? As some moody person, you want to be living your life to the fullest, you know. And so we'll be discussing all these issues at work. We'll be discussing, just general lifestyle, family life, all those tips. And I'll be willing to take comments from you, video requests on, on certain issues. So this channel, I am hoping and I'm confident that it's going to be a massive help to many people. Say, you're wanting some sort of um, you're wanting some sort of guidance on how to move on to you from your next job. So we will be sitting down, identifying your strength, your skills, your weaknesses, and how we can use this to move on from one job to another. In the course of this channel, we will be learning different things. I think moving from one job to another is a bit of not just acquiring skills and making yourself marketable, is also character building sometimes. And again, I still make reference to being an immigrant. There are certain things like understanding the culture within this community, being in the UK. Um, it's very important when you're trying to get, say, high profile jobs or well paid jobs, because, you know, how can you fit in a certain, organization if you do not actually understand simple, basic things, things that we sort of downplay. But I think it's also is more of down to your personality, as a person, or you think, put that to yourself, that if you're going to be, as an employer, what sort of employee do you want to have amongst, your workforce? So you need to ask yourself that before trying to get into a job, because I think some of us are not very aware of that our mannerisms it plays a big role. So you present yourself for an interview, and then you're probably not smiling, you're looking very moody, or you're looking very nervous, you're not expressing yourself. You might be a bubbly person, but when it comes to interviews, you're not expressing yourself, or you do all that on your interview just fine, and you succeed and get through the door. But then your character is not demonstrable of what you have actually shown during your interview, and then you start looking like a fraud, and then you don't fit in. So these are some of the things that we take for granted, and then life becomes difficult at your workplace. You start thinking that you're being targeted, but then you're not looking through a lens where to understand how these things work. So we'll be discussing about all these things because they're very, very important in a workplace, and how you make yourself marketable. Oftentimes than not, when African brothers and sisters immigrate to, you know overseas, most of them come with really good skills. Some of them acquire them over time, but guess what? They keep it to themselves. They keep it to themselves, and obviously, especially the black community, we tend to be the ones with low skills, because there is not that element of people sharing their experiences, or saying to one another, oh, this and there is an opportunity there, or can you apply, say, for this job. I think we want to keep that to ourselves, which eventually doesn't make our community grow as such. We need to be up there competing with the best. And more importantly, there's got to be a social cohesion. This channel is not just for African people or for Asian people, is for everybody. As a care manager, I have worked with everybody, with all races, and most of the topics that we'll be discussing transcends across all communities. Like I said, my experience is ranging from public sector to healthcare. I've been a soldier in the British Army. I've been a police officer as well. I've also done things like cleaning, so it's not just the glamorous jobs. I've done warehousing, logistics. I've done HGV driving. And over time, I had a few experiences, and I want to share these experiences with you guys, and be able to empower people, because I think what's lacking in our community at large is the absence of, say, role models, say, people whom you can look up to, and people don't want to share their knowledge. So my channel is going to be a forum where people can come in and share experiences, and obviously learn from other people and better themselves. So why don't you like and subscribe, and stay put for the next video. Thank you.